What's going on, fellas? Look, we're going to get straight to the point. I want to address the elephant in the room. Female validation, or the need for female validation. Check this out, right? This week alone, I've had 4 consultations where guys have hit me up thinking that something was wrong with them because they had this need for female validation, and they wanted me to help fix that need. They wanted me to somehow teach them how to, get rid of that need for female validation. And this basically comes from guys watching videos in the manosphere of these super tough alpha motherfuckers, right? Who just don't care about it, and they don't need female validation, and they just, they're just these superhero guys, and that they just can just, they don't have these type of emotions in them, and there's just, basically superistic alpha player apex zombies, right? Who these guys have no feelings. So guys see this and they think that something is wrong with them because they, have a desire, or they have a want or a need for female validation, a connection with the female. You know what I'm saying? Guys, I want to tell you right now, it is perfectly normal. I don't give a fuck what none of them motherfuckers say. I don't give a fuck what none of them dudes say. And I'm cool with a lot of dating coaches, but this is some real shit because, just this week alone, it kind of like, it concerned me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't care what none of them say. Everybody is human, and at the end of the day, we all have emotions, we all have desires, and we all have needs. I don't care who you are. I don't care how alpha or apex man or, super duper tough PUA date. I don't care who you claim to be. I don't care who you are. You have emotions. You have desires for women. If you're heterosexual, if you're not, you have a desire for other men, but you still have a desire for the intimate connection from another human being. Every single last one of us. I don't know why these guys get on here and play this whole tough guy shit and this tough act shit. But see, this comes from guys who really don't have experience, and they think that they have to be a certain type of way to sell you something. It's okay to say, I desire a connection from a woman. I desire to sleep with a woman. I desire a companionship from a woman. I desire to pump and dump women or whatever. All of this is female validation. All of this is female validation, and we basically have a need for it. As a human being, we have a need for this type of human validation, especially from the opposite sex, right? You have to understand something, right? We are hardwired. Humans are hardwired to want validation and need and seek validation from the opposite sex. Whether you red pill, whether you blue pill, whether you simp, whether you player, this need for validation just may manifest itself in different type of behaviors. Pump and dump, simping and taking women on dates, tricking, wanting to have sex, wanting a relationship. All of this is a desire for a connection with women, a desire for a connection with the opposite sex. We are hardwired to be this way. We are put here on this earth to reproduce. Understand that. That's what we're here to do. Reproduce with the opposite sex. And when you can't do that, when you can't reproduce, or when you're not successful at mating with the opposite sex, it's going to tax you mentally. Look at the black pill community. Look at the incel guys. Those guys are a lot lonely and depressed and ready to go. I ain't gonna say that on here, but you know what I'm saying. These guys typically have a lot going on psychologically. And when you look at the grand scheme of things, what happens when guys are not successful with their wives and their relationships? They down in the dirt, they depressed, they commit suicide and all this shit. What happened to virgins who can't get laid? They down in the dumps, they depressed and all this shit. This is because this is what you're hardwired to do. It's a natural feeling. It's a natural desire. It's a natural want. You're hardwired to do it. And when you can't do it, when you're not successful at it, it's going to tax you. It's going to tax your mental health. That's no coincidence that people who, even females, when they can't get a connection, and a female, running through different guys, that's not a real connection. When a female is not successful in her mind, like, her measurement of success, it fucks with them mentally too. Anxiety, depression. So this happens to you when you're not successful at mating with the opposite sex. I don't care who you are. The thing is, you see a lot of guys like me, you know, that's dating coaches and shit. We tend to take this type of shit for granted. We tend to take this type of shit for granted because it's there. It's just like water in a faucet. We take water for granted because it's already there. But this is a natural desire and a natural need for even the best of us. You know, it's just that guys like me, we've gotten so good at it that it's second nature to us. But we are hardwired. We are here to reproduce. And when you can't do that, it's going to tax you mentally. You understand what I'm saying? Now, like I said, the urge, you know, and desire to connect on an intimate level with the opposite sex is just as natural as the urge to eat, or the urge to urinate, or the urge to go to the bathroom and do number two, or the urge when you get to impulse spin, or to the urge you get to do something exciting. This urge is just as natural as any other urge, and it's normal, right? It's just as natural as eating. So don't feel bad because you have this urge. Guys are literally hitting me up trying to get me to give them some tips and advice because they think they see guys like me, or not even like me because I'm honest with this stuff, but they see other coaches who put on this super tough role. Like, I don't have feelings, fuck a bitch and all this shit. I don't give a fuck about it. I don't need validation from women. You shouldn't want validation. And we'll get into the whole, you know, prioritizing the validation in your life. I get into that in a bit, but they see guys like this and they think that this is the way they're supposed to be. So they think that they're supposed to be walking around like zombies. Even those guys who are coaching you, right? Even those guys who are coaching you and with all this super badass tough guy shit, if they penis fell off right out today, or if every woman that they had and they couldn't pay for sex and they had to be thrown somewhere with no women, if they couldn't be successful with what they were doing, it would fuck with them too. But the thing is, people get good at it, and so they take it for granted, right? And I want to say this. So what do you do about it, right? What do you do about this feeling and you know, not letting it overcome your life? Or what do you do with this need? First, right? You are not supposed to suppress this need. You can't suppress your emotions. When you suppress your emotions, it's going to fuck with you mentally. It fucks with your body. When you try to suppress any emotion or try to suppress and repress any desire or need, it's going to fuck with your body and it's going to fuck with your emotions. So you don't suppress it. What you want to do is fulfill this need, fulfill this urge in a way so that you take it for granted. You know, and that you do that by experiencing it and doing it in abundance. And so it becomes second nature, just like eating, right? You can't suppress your urge to eat. Well, you can suppress your urge to eat, but that's a Band-Aid. That's a temporary fix. That's a Band-Aid solution. Eventually, it's going to wear your body down, and eventually you'll die if you don't eat. So you can suppress your urge to eat, but it'll make you sick. It's not good for your health. You can suppress your urge to drink water. You can suppress your urge to ejaculate. You can suppress your urge to, you know, can suppress basic emotions like sadness and anger. If you bottle up your anger, what happens? You explode one day, and it's not healthy for you. When you suppress your sadness, what happens? You slip into depression. So the key is to not suppress your emotions, not suppress these type of emotions and these urges. The key is to process them and to fulfill them the same way you would fulfill your happiness, or the same way you would fulfill your hunger or your thirst. So the key is to get in the fucking game, right? Get in the fucking game and go deal with women. That's it. And deal with them in a way. You deal with them in a way so that you almost take it for granted and it becomes second nature. But this is still a need. And if you're not successful with the opposite sex, it's going to tax you mentally. You understand what I'm saying? Now, this is the key. You don't want to starve yourself of this need, right? Just like you don't want to starve yourself with food. You don't want to overindulge yourself because now it takes over your life. And this is the key. This is the thing. A lot of guys, this need for validation from women, it consumes their life. So they neglect the other parts of their life. You have to prioritize. When you get up in the morning, there's a whole bunch of shit you have to do, but you prioritize eating and then drinking a glass of water and then working out and then getting to work, right? You have to prioritize. You don't put this need for female validation on the top. You put it somewhere on the bottom, right? With you know, they say get on your purpose, right? What get on your purpose in this whole get on your purpose movement, that's what this does. It prioritizes your needs. It prioritizes, you know, your voids that you feel. That way you're not making women your sole purpose, because we all know when women are your sole purpose, you place too much dependency on them, and you can't depend on women to fulfill you. There's not enough women in the world to fulfill you. You know what I'm saying? That's something you have to do on your own. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, because purpose validation feels way better than pussy validation. But what I'm saying is you have to prioritize this validation. Prioritize your purpose and getting your money and fulfilling your other needs. But don't neglect this need of, you know, connecting with the opposite sex. You just prioritize it in a way so that it doesn't consume your life. I hope that's not going over your head. I'm gonna say it again. You don't neglect the need, right? Because God said, get on your purpose, get on your purpose. But then you neglecting all of the other things that you need to make you whole and healthy as a human being, right? The human intimacy, the human connections, and all of this shit. You neglect this when you just purpose 100% for after a certain length of time, you start to suffer. So you don't neglect it, you just prioritize it. But you have to fulfill this desire. You have to fulfill this need. You have to. There's no getting around it. There's no suppressing this. And if you suppress it, it's going to fuck with you mentally. Like I said earlier, it's not a coincidence that your ability to mate and have connections with women is directly connected to your mental health. That's because that's what you're here to do. So when you don't and you can't do it, it's going to tax you up here, and it's going to tax your body. You see what I'm saying? So don't starve yourself. Don't overindulge yourself to the point that it becomes your life and you dependent on it and it makes you needy and shit like that. And, you know, you don't want to, you know, again, be dependent on female validation for your existence. This is when you get simping, you right? When women become your life and you over pedestalize them, this is simping. When you see simps have overindulged, over prioritize, not overindulge, but they over prioritize this need for female validation, and they make female validation the number one priority in their life, and they neglect the other parts of their life, which makes them turn into simps. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, fellas, that's that. I just wanted to touch on that real quick. That's been bothering me all week. It's really weird that I had 4 consultations this week with that same thing of guys wanting to learn how to suppress their need, for the need or the urge to have a connection with the opposite sex, or basically female validation. But if you like this video, guys, let me know your comments on this thought. This is real. I want to discuss, I want to know what you guys really think about what I'm saying right here. So leave me your comments down. Leave me your comments down below and let me know what you think. And if you like this video, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you can get this good player shit fresh out the press. And also share this shit in your private Facebook community, your private men's communities, and let's get this discussion going, because we got to kill this narrative to where we as men have to suppress our emotion and suppress our desires and shit. That shit is not healthy. That shit is actually toxic. You understand what I'm saying? So, share this and let's get this discussion going. But also too, my course is Attraction 101 and how to make a woman fall in love with you. The prices are going up. It's May 29th. I don't like to date my videos, but it's May 29th right now. The prices are going up on June 1st to $397, and they will never be the price that they are again. I'm never lowering the price ever again. The game is way too valuable. So, and it's only going to be $397. So look out for that. And if you want to catch it at its current price right now, then go get it right now. Stop the video and come back. Go get it right now. Go get the courses right now. Click the link in the description. Go get them right now, and you'll be in the game before June 1st. Because after June 1st, the prices are going up. Also, join my private Facebook community and join my private Discord community. And if you need coaching, then don't be afraid to get on my website, www.kingdreism, and book me for a consultation. One more thing, I'm starting my Zoom classes. I don't know, my Playerism University or whatever you want to call it. I'm starting those in about 2 weeks, so it's probably going to run you about $50 with limited seating. I'm going to break down some deep game, and then I'm gonna do a live Q&A, session along with the breakdown of whatever topic it is. So this will be $50, and you can come kick it with me, go over the game, and we can answer any questions that you have. And however long it takes, that's what it is. But after the event is over, there won't be, you won't be able to purchase it. You won't be able to see what happened. It's the event happens and that's it. It's not going to be put up on a website or on YouTube. So you don't want to miss these events, because I'm going to be breaking the game down on a whole nother level, and I'm going to be answering your questions directly via Zoom on camera so you can see me, and you can mingle with me and chop it up with me and get the game that you need. So look out for that. That first one is coming up, I'm thinking around June 12th. So stay tuned to that. It'll probably be $50, and the seating will be limited. So don't miss out on that. But anyway, this is your gracious game advisor, yours truly, King Dre, and I'm gone.